All right, Aquarius, what have you got to tell me? This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries, and it is absolutely for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Aquarius, I recommend that you watch your Sun, Moon, and your Rising sign for one simple reason. That gives you a well-rounded understanding of the inner energies that are impacting you right now. Ultimately, you are definitely not just your sun sign. And so watching those other videos will give you an understanding of that perspective. There's always an extended reading to every single one of these videos. So if you want a deep personal understanding and interpretation of this reading and extension of this reading, as well as a romance reading and the erotic tarot, which I can share with you over there uncensored, that's the extended. So I invite you to extend the message and continue the story over on the extended with me. And yeah, let's get into this reading. Aquarius, I'm looking at these cards. We're going to start with the erotic tarot. We're going to start with the erotic tarot. I can't show you the pictures, but I definitely know what the cards mean for Aquarius. For Aquarius. For Aquarius. For Aquarius. We have the Knave of Chalices. So somebody who's very romantic, very well-intended, very poetic, very young, innocent, and naive. Almost like a dandy, like a romancer, a Casanova even, but he's not like a player. This is an intention like a dreamer, somebody who's very, it could be a new romantic interest. And then Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. So there is a sense of working hard on something, wanting something and focusing on it, putting your full self into it, maybe putting your full self. If you look at his cards, and I will show them to you in the extended, there's just a sense of somebody really wants this. Somebody's more interested than the other person. Let's put it that way. If it's them, if it's you, that could be to your situation. But one person is definitely more interested. The other person is kind of focused on business, kind of focused on their interests, kind of focused on what they need to get done. And it may not mean that they don't love you, but it just means that their focus is on other things. Seven of Pentacles is here. Is almost like there is a, well, why isn't something working out? Why aren't things moving forward? Well, you have your answer based on the other two cards. One person is more romantically invested than the other. And then we have the Knave of Wands. So this is fuckboy energy. It could have led somebody, one or the other of you, to want to go astray, want to try other things, other people, or have to look for, not that you don't love that person or that they don't love you, but ultimately there is this sense of somebody needs to step outside of or move toward their passions because they're not getting what their needs are. Like they're not getting fulfillment here. Now, Aquarius, this is not your romance reading, so you could apply this to a job too, but there is definitely a sense of stepping out to step up, to look elsewhere, to get what you need or what you want from a different source, because the source that you have in front of you is not giving you all that you need. It's not satisfying situation. Okay, let's continue this, Aquarius. What are you doing with? Okay. Aquarius. Guys, I have a second channel called Astrology Motivation. Please take a look at that. That's where I house my weekly astrology forecast. And you'll hear me quote it a lot because those are the energies that are impacting us all. And in these zodiac specific videos, I can tell you how they're impacting you specifically. We have emotional loss. So this feeling of being maybe like we talked about, deprived, or feeling like, you know, you're not as psyched about this as you used to be because it's not as psyched about you. There's a stagnation here. It seems like there was a lot of hype, there was a lot of excitement, but then there's just this sense of, well, it doesn't excite me the way that it did, or I don't want it as much as I used to. Now, once again, with the weekly astrology forecast, that's a kind of energy that everybody is going through. Aquarius, you would probably experience it most in a sense of What do I want to do? Like, am I applying myself in every way that I can? Am I satisfying my own morality for what I think is right and wrong? Am I doing enough to move things forward, not just for me, but for others? And are the people that I have invested my time with, are they doing that too, or are they kind of slacking off? And that could be what's changing how you feel about somebody or some situation. And then we have triumph and success. Now, that's coming through swords, and you are a sword sign because you're an air sign. So essentially what this means is clarity. Clarity about why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Also the strength to cut ties where you need to cut ties. Because shit don't work for you anymore. Think about the Ace of Swords. This is clarity. This is victory over struggle or something that you were struggling with, something that maybe you were fighting internally because you didn't want to accept, right? Sometimes when we think we have everything just the way we want it, but it doesn't feel right inside of us, there could be a severing from our emotions. It's much easier for air signs, especially if you have heavy air placements. Not just Aquarius, but Libra throughout your chart. It's easy to remain objective, right? But you still got emotions. And the more objective you're used to being about your emotional self, the harder it is when you have overwhelming emotions. So there is just this sense of maybe not putting it out of your mind, distracting yourself with work when you're feeling these feelings of loss of feeling, because listen, we all need for something to come back. We all need for something to reciprocate. If there is no reciprocity, it makes sense that your feelings aren't gonna stay the same. There could be an associated guilt, and there could also be, this is a general sense of like you doing something for your community or for your work. It's like you're feeling yourself put all this effort in, but you're not feeling like you're getting anywhere. You're not feeling like it's having an impact, or you're not feeling like you're getting the reciprocity that you deserve or reciprocity that you want. So this is that victory, that success, that triumph of realizing that this is not a bad thing. This is a clarity. This is you recognizing and realizing what should stay in your life and what should go, what you should put your energy into and what you shouldn't. Like I said, this could be what you do or who you do. Whatever it is for you, this is you feeling secure in it. This is you feeling not bad about thinking about picking up and fucking leaving, because if it's not feeding you, then why would you continue to let it chew on bits of you? It's like you are not food, Aquarius, right? And I think that anything right now, especially Jupiter, is going to enter toward the end of the week. No, I think it's tomorrow, that midweek, when this video comes out. So when Jupiter hits Aquarius again, it's almost like whoosh, what's right, and you are not able to accept what is wrong or to continue to tolerate half-ass bullshit, right? Jupiter gives you this big heart and this big amount of confidence to be the best of yourself and do the right thing, but also expect the best for yourself, and expect other people to do the right thing. So it's like this burst of confidence that you get in what's really important to you without having to feel guilty about it or like you're leaving somebody behind. Ultimately, somebody is putting their toe into different pots because they're unsatisfied. Or something about who you're working with or working for is starting to make you not satisfied. You're starting to see different aspects of the character, the nature of the firm, the association, or this person that you're in a relationship with. You're starting to see what the fuck is up with that? Like, why would you make those kind of choices? It's becoming very... Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. We are in Leo season. So this is a sense of, this is interesting because it kind of twists. it kind of twists the reading. Is it you that's just feeling prideful? Because this is in reverse. This is a sense of letting your pride get the best of you, letting your expectations and how you feel about yourself, but it may be a little bit disillusioned. There could be a sense of superiority there that's actually getting in your way and impeding you from doing what you want to do. Instead of, succeeding with what's really important to you, there could be a sense of pride getting in your way. This happens a lot in romantic relationships where it's like pride gets in your way of just loving somebody unconditionally. And if they don't love you, well, then that's their loss. But there's a sense of, but do I feel ashamed about it? So I'm going to hide it, and I'm not going to say it, and I'm not going to say how I feel. And it's that kind of energy. And you can apply that energy to whatever aspect of your life you're dealing in right now. I love you, buddy. You're my best girl. But ultimately, there is somebody's letting their pride get in their way. Somebody surrender to the divine. So somebody is like defying their heart space, defying what they know God is asking them to do, because they're afraid of the fallout. They're afraid of how they'll look. They're afraid, this could be who you're attacking, like the clarity, not who you're physically attacking, but who you're sick of. People who are just all about the show, all about the pride, and they're not all about the divine and the goodness and the righteousness. There is also a sense of beware of getting too self-righteous and preachy and preaching too much. Be sure that you're living what you're talking, because if the two are imbalanced, that's going to be bad. That's going to be bad. Now, you could also be calling somebody on their shit for doing something like that as well. Believe in the impossible. So I just would want to pause and ask you, what is the impossible? What do you feel will never change? What feels to you right now like, oh, that's just completely ridiculous? That will never happen, because that's what the divine is saying to you. And it may be your pride that's saying, no, it could never happen, because it's not about what could never happen. Remember, it's only impossible until it isn't. Somebody out there is going to find a solution to shit you wrote off as impossible. So be the one. Don't let your pride or your fear make you think that something cannot be done, because it can be done. A win-win outcome is forecast. This is Libra energy. So this is partnership. Through partnership, there could be a sense of being able to equalize, being able to stabilize, being able to basically like something like be something balances out. A win-win outcome is forecast. Believe in the impossible. So maybe you have been not wanting to let yourself get your hopes up or believe in something, not because you didn't really believe it, or you know you really want it, but ultimately this is something that you thought, oh, it will never work out. It will never work out. I'm not going to get what I want. But there is, maybe if you're dealing with a Libra, this is what we're talking about. But ultimately in partnerships especially, there could be something that it's like it will work out, and it will surprise you that it works out. Let's get a little bit deeper into that. What cards do we need? Okay. Scorpio. Questioning your beliefs. Why do you believe that something is impossible? This card reminds us that not everything we know, not everything we believe is true, because sometimes beliefs come from abuse. Sometimes they come from trauma. Sometimes they just come from bad lessons that we've learned. They come from defensiveness. It's you being wise enough to pause yourself and be like, wait, why do I feel like that could never happen? Why? Where did I get the notion that that was impossible? And then really getting real with yourself and having that conversation with yourself so that you can get to the root of it and heal the root of it, so that you don't hold yourself back anymore. And then unconditional love is here. Don't you love this energy, this feeling of ultimate connection between you and you, a feeling of being balanced. And this is, once again, partnership. I feel like you're questioning a partnership in some ways. You're questioning who the person is, who you are, if they're right for you, trying to figure out the balance between the two of you, if this is the right situation, almost ending on the fact that, or questioning, is unconditional love synonymous to unconditional, like no questions asked? Just accept everything that is? Or is unconditional love loving somebody completely for the truth of who they are, and accepting, can you love these aspects of this person? There is just a sense of, I don't know. It's almost like either you or they, in some ways, are in doubt of something and have to understand something that's going on internally to understand and balance out with their relationship with you or your relationship with them or what's going on externally. This is a very internal energy that we're working in right now. Introspective. It's almost like you got to get your shit together before you can arrange the shit on the outside of you. You got to know what you want before you get what you want, or you'll never, you're always just be getting what's handed to you because you never really understand what you want. This week is about understanding what's important to you. That's really what it is. I don't know why my eyes were drawn to these cards, but let's see. Aquarius. 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 Let go and flow. This is what popped out. Let go and flow. Which could very well just mean, instead of confusing yourself even more, hand yourself over. Sorry for that. Hand yourself over to the divine, because look what you got here. You're not surrendering to the divine is going to let pride get in the way, or you're dealing with somebody who's very stubborn and who is not just trusting things or trusting you, right? You're over here. This is the energy that you need. That is the secret key for you right now, to just trust in the divine. And know, like, just not overthink shit. You are safe. What a beautiful message. This is why it came out, because you needed to hear it. You are safe. And then look forward. Don't look back. See, I feel like this is something somebody needs to hear. Connect with your soul family. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Let go and flow. You are safe. Look forward and connect with your soul family. It's almost like you needed to hear that in order to know that what you were thinking and what you wanted to do inside was okay. It's almost like in some ways you were looking for permission to do what you already know is right. And that's just because we have all these sort of obligations in our heads and sort of criteria set. But that's what Question Your Beliefs is about. It's like, why do we believe that what we've been doing all along is the right thing, when we know and our heart's pulling us in a different direction? Let me see what this is. Aquarius. 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 Apophyllite. Increased support. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. So you're not stuck where you are. You're not stuck at all. As soon as you let go and flow and open up your heart and be vulnerable, you'll start to see there's a lot of opportunities that are coming into you. And then, oh wait, nothing else popped out? Shut up. Your positive focus and willingness to receive. You don't have to do this all on your own. You don't have to figure this out just by yourself. Maybe that's the vulnerability factor that's getting to you. Then we have regeneration. Something's coming back, or you're coming back. This is the Phoenix stage of growth, coming in a place that you thought it was impossible. You thought, oh shit, this is over. Something's coming back. Breathe. Take one step at a time. It's like trying to make your mind quiet down enough to not make you hyperventilate. In other words, you're dealing with something that you don't want to have expectations for, because I bet in the past those expectations have let you down. So you're trying to believe, you're trying to be in this moment, and you're just trying to not even believe in the best, but believe in what will be. That's where you are right now, and that's a very good spot to be. Things are changing. They are regrowing. Things are happening here, but you don't want to get too ahead of yourself. You want to be in the moment. That's the now. Breathe is all about what you are. It's all about air energy. Air signs are now. Fire signs are future, and water signs are past, the history. And earth signs are usually maintenance of what is now. And air signs are usually questioning and understanding what is now. So it's all, that's now energy. So it's like, breathe in the moment, stay in the moment, don't look too far ahead, don't look back. That's sort of how you're going to keep growing. There is something, I just almost feel like you sitting there breathing, and it's like, I don't want to get myself too psyched. I don't want to get myself too psyched. Well, I'm telling you, there is something here, never-ending story. And then go the distance. This is breaking a karmic cycle by not just letting the loop continue and continue. And how do you do that? By going the distance this time, by not giving up, by not stopping, by finishing the project, by continuing it. It's almost like what it's telling me is your doubts and fears may be just bad habits. Maybe a habit that you got used to getting into to avoid suffer, whatever it was for, but now you're like, why am I really afraid right now? Am I really afraid because there's a reason to be afraid, or am I afraid because I'm afraid just because I'm afraid of moving forward, because that's vulnerable? Remember, Aquarius, you are a fixed sign. So those thoughts and beliefs in your brain can get stuck there. And so anytime they're brought up into question, it could be very, like you could get very defensive about it. But this is the time. It's not about somebody else bringing it into question. It's about you choosing to question what you believed for a long time, because you clearly see there is a chance here for growth and development, and you really should take it. Let me go into, oh, no, I don't want to use these right now. What is this about? Aquarius, what is this about? Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. Oh, what's going on? So in reverse, what comes out? The battle of the blues, and your children are, oh my God, know that your children are protected. This is worry and concern in the past about the future. It's like, this is something that you need to hear. There is worry and concern for your future, for maybe literally your children or children you're involved with. Worry and concern for them that has put you in this state of like being stuck and being sad and being pessimistic, right? It could also be something from your childhood that has drummed up this pessimistic understanding of the world. But this is in the past. It's almost like it's almost become a sense of protection for you to be in that mindset. And now you're daring yourself to get out of that mindset, even though you think somehow, oh, maybe I'm putting somebody else at risk. You really know that's not a reality. And every step you take out is showing you, like, this isn't a reality. This was never true. I was being held in by a bunch of lies that my own brain was telling me. Remember, fear is a lie. It lies to you all the time. Look forward. Forward, always forward. Repeat that as a mantra. I think that's a really good mantra for you guys in this energy. Forward, always forward. Forward, always forward. Forward, always forward. Let's go into the extended. The link is below. I'll see you guys over there.